What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the CU4 YouTube channel. It's the second instalment of our mini-series around Euro 2024, and it is, of course, the predictions. Who do I think is going to win the Euros in Germany this summer? Now, this, obviously, as you know, my predictions especially are rubbish, but, it's hard to predict an entire tournament. From start to finish. There's going to be some shocks in there. There's going to be some curveballs and everything. And the favourites never normally do as well as sometimes you think. There's going to be dark horses. There's going to be some players that are going to pop out of nowhere and just be amazing. But let's get straight into it, shall we? Let's have a look in Group A, where we have Germany, Scotland, Hungary and Switzerland. Now, to probably no one's surprise, I'm going to pick Germany to win this group. I think Germany are going to have a great Euros. Their home advantage plays a part. Some of the mix of between youth players and more experienced players in the German squad especially is massive. In second place, I'm torn between Hungary and Switzerland. Sorry, any Scotland fans, but I don't see you doing much at all. And I think Switzerland are just going to edge that one. Switzerland have good experience in World Cup and Euros, the likes of Jan Sommer and players like that. And then I do think Hungary will be third with Scotland in fourth. Again, apologies to any Scotland fans. I just really can't see you doing too much, to be honest. In Group B then, we have a very tasty group indeed. We've got Spain, Croatia, Italy and Albania. I think you can sort of guess the top three, but it's which order they're going to come in. I do think Albania will be bottom of this group, although who knows, with some surprises. But I think Spain are going to win this group. I think Spain have a very exciting young team coming into these Euros that, players like Yamal, Gavi, Nico Williams, just to name a few. And I think that, they're really going to click and really going to play some nice football. Like Spain do. We've seen it 2010 where we had all these sort of youth players coming through, Juan Mata, David Silva and everything. And I think we might be at that time again where Spain have got this next generation coming through. And I think they're going to have a good Euros, and I think they will win the group. Then it's between Croatia and Italy. Now, to be honest, it could go either way. Croatia and a very experienced team with the likes of Modric, Mandzukic, players like that. Italy have a knack of doing it in the Euros, though. We unfortunately seen it in Euro 2020 where they beat us on penalties to win it. But I think Italy will be second with Croatia in third and Albania in fourth. But I think that will be a very tight top three, to be honest with you. Into Group C then, we've got Slovenia, Denmark, Serbia and England. Now, no bias, but I do think England are going to win this group. I think we should be favourites to win that group. Each one of them games are very winnable, especially with the team that we have. The likes of Bellingham, Harry Kane, just to name two of them. And then I'm going to go Serbia to come second, with Denmark and Slovenia there in fourth. Now, I just have a feel, I don't know, Serbia, it's going to be tight again. I think England should win every game there, to be honest, but I think then it comes down to them next three teams. I just think Serbia might have something about them. Denmark have some really good players, don't get me wrong, but it could come down to that one-off game, and I think Serbia might just edge it there. So I'm going to put Serbia in second. Next up, we've got a great group there, haven't we? We've got Holland, Austria, France, and Poland. Now, I think this one's very clear-cut. Who's gonna win it? And for me, that's France. I think France, the team they have is just absolutely ridiculous. The fact that the likes of William Saliba, one of the best defenders in the Premier League, doesn't even get in the France team is absolutely ridiculous. So when he gets into, he doesn't get into the first team. Players like that. You've got Griezmann, who's always a quality player in these tournaments. You've got Mbappe, who is one of the best players, if not the best player in the world. So I think France are going to win it. And then it's really difficult to predict because naturally you're going to go Holland with the Netherlands here, and I probably am going to put Holland in second place. The likes of De Jong, Van Dijk, Dumfries, Donny Marlon, players like that. But Austria have a solid midfield. Poland have, of course, Lewandowski and Szczesny. Now, you can't rule out Lewandowski scoring a few goals. I am going to go with Holland in second. And I'm going to edge Austria into third, I think, Austria and Poland, that could go either way, to be honest. That's just a complete guess. But that's what I'm going to go with there. Into Group E then, we've got Belgium, Slovakia, Romania and Ukraine, not the strongest of groups in this one. I think, though, and I'm going to surprise a few people here maybe, I think Slovakia are going to win that group. I think Belgium are going to come second, with Ukraine in third, with Romania in fourth. Belgium are a difficult one because they've had this great team for years and they've never performed as they should do. And I just think they might struggle to get out of this group there as well. Who knows? That's just my prediction. It's a bit of a wild one, but that's what we're going with there. In Group F then, to finish things off, we've got Turkey, Georgia, Portugal and Czech Republic. I think this is going to be a very interesting group indeed. I don't think any one of these teams are guaranteed to go through. You know, you're looking at Germany probably going to go through. France definitely going to go through. England should definitely go through. I can't predict it with this one. Turkey, solid team. Georgia, dark horses in this tournament, if you ask me. I'm saying it now. It's currently the middle of April. I'm saying CU04 says Georgia will be the dark horses. Come back to this when I'm awfully wrong or whether I'm right. They've got the kid from Napoli whose name I'm not going to try and predict, but you know who I mean. Portugal, they're a good side, don't get me wrong, but you know, certain egos in that team sometimes don't mix together to make a good, solid, you know, they don't, sometimes them egos clash, let's just say that. You know, players like Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo, can they be on the same page? Who knows? Czech Republic always come out in these tournaments and perform as well. You know, Patrick Schickefront having an unbelievable season at Bayer Leverkusen. For me, who's winning this group? I think Portugal have the class to do it. It's just, can they mould as a team and do it is the thing, really. You know, as I say, you know, the egos of like Ronaldo, you got Bruno Fernandes, you know, Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, great players. Can they do it as a unit? And you've seen in tournaments, sometimes they can't. You know, they didn't have the best World Cup. And you know what, I'm going to go with it. And as I've said, my dark horses there are Georgia. I'm going to put Georgia in second, with Czech Republic in third and Turkey in fourth. I just have a feeling about Georgia, and I really don't know why. They've got nothing to lose in this tournament. Why not just go for it? They've got young, up-and-coming players, as I say. So there you go, Georgia in second. So that is what my Euro group stage is looking like. I now need to rank the third place teams. I think Croatia will be the best of the third place teams, followed by Denmark. And then I don't really think the order matters here. I'll go Czech Republic, Hungary, Austria, and then Ukraine. Well, I don't think the matter of orders past 1 and 2 there, to be honest. But moving into the round of 16, we have got some tasty fixtures here, haven't we? Look at some of them. Starting with Germany versus Serbia. Now, for me, Germany is quite an obvious winner there, to be honest, in no disrespect to Serbia. So, you know, as I was saying before, some of the youth players with the experience, you know, Musiala, Florian Wirtz, I'm a big fan of both of them, playing with the likes of Toni Kroos, Marco Reus, Thomas Muller. You know, you got this experience in the youth. I think it's going to play to Germany's advantage, and I think being in Germany as well is definitely going to play to their advantage. So I've got Germany straight into the quarterfinals there. Switzerland against Italy is a bit more difficult to choose from. You know, Switzerland have a decent team, Italy have a decent team as well. I think based on sort of big game performances, I think Italy would just get past Switzerland there, but that could go all the way to penalties, because it's a very tight game, that one. I'm losing words there, but yeah, I think Italy might just progress there. Moving on to the next one, then we've got Spain against Croatia. That would be a hell of a game if that turns out to be one. Now, I think Croatia have a very experienced side, don't get me wrong, but I think the youthfulness of Spain, you know, the likes of Morata's getting a bit tired. They just bring on Nico Williams, who's got tons of pace. I think Spain just have the stronger squad to get through that game. Next up, England against Hungary. I think England should, if that was to be the game, I think England should easily beat Hungary. No disrespect to Hungary, they're just again, the squad that we have should be beating a team like Hungary. The next one will be a great game, Portugal versus Czech Republic. Czech Republic, you know, coming in that third place position. I do think Portugal will just edge it, but again, I don't think that will be as simple as it looks. Again, maybe an extra time and penalties there, but I think Portugal would have the edge in that one there. Moving into then match 42, we've got Holland against Belgium. Now, what a game this would be. Two very strong teams on paper, but when they get onto the pitch, can they perform as a team? You've seen with Belgium in the past, They sometimes struggle to do that. For me, I think Holland would edge that one, to be honest. I just think they've got big game players like a Virgil van Dijk, like Donny Mylan, who puts performances in for Borussia Dortmund. I think they would just edge past that. I know Belgium have got players like De Bruyne and stuff, but as I've said, this Belgium team doesn't always click as it should. Next up, then we've got Slovakia versus Denmark. Now this would be a brilliant game. I am going to go Denmark on that one. I think Denmark just have the better quality in the final third to be able to win that game. And then the last of the round of 16, we've got France versus Georgia. And as much as I see Georgia as the underdogs, they're not going to beat France, are they? Let's be serious. Kylian Mbappe's probably worth more than the entire Georgia team combined. So France on the winners there. Moving into the quarterfinals then, we have some great games here, don't we? Look at this: Germany, Spain, Portugal, Holland, Denmark, France, England, Italy. Looking at the first one then, Germany and Spain. Wow. I'd struggle generally to be. That could be an all-time classic game. That could be, as I'm saying, Spain, some brilliant youth players coming through. Germany, the mix of experience in youth. And I'm basing this purely off the fact that we are in Germany. The home advantage is there. I think Germany would beat Spain to get into them quarterfinals. Do I think it would be easy? No, that will be a very, very tight game. It's going to be a very good game if that does happen. I think Germany would just have the edge with the home support and being in their home. Being in their home country, a bit like England did in Euro 2020. Next up then we got Portugal against Holland. Again, two very evenly matched teams. Who could I see winning a one-off game between them? I'd have to say Holland. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that Holland will be able to edge out a game like this. There we go, I'm picking Holland. I don't have much more to add to that, to be honest. Denmark against France. Again, I'm going to have to be really quick with this one. It's France for me. And I don't want to repeat myself, but it's just the quality of player that France have. They should be beating a team like Denmark. And then we have a rematch of the Euro 2020 final. Will it be a repeat of the score? No, it won't be. I think England would have enough to win this game. I think, Italy missing the World Cup. And the squad that England have been building and stuff, I think England would have enough to get past Italy in a one-off game there in the quarterfinals. That leaves the semi-finals then: Germany against Holland, France versus England, for massive international nations there. Germany against Holland to start with. And I know I've said that Holland have had a good run. They've beat Portugal there, they beat Belgium there, but they're not beating Germany, in my opinion. I think Germany, again, I don't want to just keep saying the home advantage, but the home advantage is there. The squad that they've got is great. Can Hansi Flick do it? Is another question. You've seen him and Kimmich have a bit of a argument during the friendlies, but I have Germany to beat Holland. Next up then, match 50. It's France against England, of course. Played them in the World Cup. Harry Kane missing a penalty. England were perfectly in that game, but unfortunately the quality of France prevailed, and I think it will again. I think the quality of France is a little bit too much for England. This France team, we've seen it, in the last few World Cups. They've won it, they've got to the final. It's just an unbelievable team. It's like the squad depth is unreal in that team. And I think they would just have enough to beat England. I think that would be the final nail for Gareth Southgate. I think that would be the end of his England spell, which leaves a final of Germany versus France in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. What a game that would be to be at. Who's going to win it though? You know what? Difficult. It really is difficult. As I keep saying, Germany have the squad that they've got is ridiculous, but France are just serial winners. Deschamps, their manager, he's just got them into a winning machine. Yes, they lost in the World Cup final against Argentina, but the Croatia game, the Argentina game, to be fair, Mbappe carried them to get back into it. Do I see them beating Germany in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin? I do. And 25% of players agree with me. I think France are going to win this year's Euros. Look at that though. France and England, the two favourites according to public opinion, with Germany in third. But yeah, France for me would be my winners of the Euros. It's just the squad they've got is just absolutely crazy, and the amount of world class talent they've got. I think they'd have enough to win Euro 2024 in Germany. But who do you think is going to win it? Let me know in them comments down below. I would love to hear your opinion. Thank you so much for continuing watching this little Euro 2024 series we've got going on the channel. But as I say, thank you so much for watching. If you want some more England content, why don't you leave a like and subscribe for some further Euro 24 comment. But thank you for watching. I've been CU04, and I'll see you in the next one.
I lost my vision, I lost my goal, lost my ambition, but you never ever ever let